皆さんこんにちは。私はレッスンプランを作りました。Just for you, alright? First off, I have been studying Japanese for like 8 years. Like I've been taking classes, right? Since I was 12 in middle school. And a lot of people have asked me, Kyameron, how do you learn Japanese? どうやって日本語を勉強し続けていますか? Like, how have you been continuing studying Japanese? Well, first off, I am a Japanese major too, so 専攻は日本語ですから I have to use Japanese like a lot. So, I mean, not that much because my speaking is a little bit like 弱い, kind of like a low, very weak. 聞くことと読むことと書くことは like の方がいい. But let's just get on with it. So I made a whole lesson plan that you can use to start learning Japanese. And if this is well received, I will continue making more lesson plans. That's only if everyone wants to use this and thinks it's actually a good way to study and like start learning Japanese. If not, I probably won't make another one of these because it honestly takes up a lot of time and a lot of energy and effort to create lesson plans, and I have to study Japanese on my own time. I'm also learning Korean too, so I have to like do those things. But if it is well received and a lot of people want me to keep continuing doing it, then I will. You need to have a notebook, alright? Any sort of notebook, a pen or a pencil, most likely a pen, and you need a computer with some Wi-Fi as well. I have used this book already for writing kanji and stuff like that, but I think it would be better if you have a clean notebook because then you can have all of your Japanese like learning in just one book. I've created a Google document and I'm going to show you this right now. This Google document on here has 20 weeks worth of lessons. So within around like 4-ish months, you should be able to learn all of hiragana and katakana and some words in Japanese. I haven't added any like easy grammar or anything yet because if you don't know how to read like hiragana and katakana, then you won't be able to learn easy grammar or like even sentences and phrases. But I have added like vocabulary, like verbs and things like that that you can use. So like you do not have to just follow like a through ka line for the whole week. I recommend splitting it up because spaced repetition is way better than learning everything in one sitting. In my middle school, I started learning hiragana and we only learned one line per week. A through O, just for 1 week. Then the next week, ka through ko. So what I did is that I actually spent an extra 6 to 9 hours after my class reviewing flashcards every single day. So I would do like lessons and things like that so I can like really remember these letters because it's really important to be able to know how to read. I have created this whole lesson plan that's kind of like based on how I learned Japanese when I was in middle school. I will give you the link for this document and I will share it with you. Week 1, A through Ka. We just go to this link right here. There's a whole, flashcard system that I made. So what you need to do is that when you get into here, you need to make sure that you go to the flashcard up in the right corner. But basically, you need to have the sound on, but it's supposed to be okay. Do not listen to the English because it's going to be wrong.
I,
E,
I,
E,
U,
U,
U, E, I,
E,
O,
O.
O.
And then when you're done with that and you're like, I've learned everything, like make sure that you get your notebook, it's and you're like, oh, so you write down in your notebook, and then you just do that, and then the next one we have E. So then you write down on your notebook E, or however long you want to do that, and make sure you just know how to write it and how to say it. Okay, so when you're done learning A through Ka, what you want to do, you can either go to any of these. A lot of them are games, a lot of them are like listening challenges, like this one. Ki. Oh, this one. And then you hit enter. I got it right. Ka. There we go. Enter. Got it right. So you get the gist of it, and once you're done reviewing all of those, you can just take the test. The test is fairly easy, and some of it's like multiple choice. It's pretty straightforward here. So when you're done, you click this bar here, and if you get them all correct, you can either do it again, or you can just move on to the next unit, which would be week 2, sa through ta. Here's the whole chart, so you can write it down and know how to write exactly which one it is. I have added hiragana song for you to learn from. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Sa, shi, su, se, so. Yeah. That is a song that you can use to pretty much remember hiragana. It's very important. I've used it. I think it's a good resource. Thank you, Johnson Sensei. Within this document, I have also included different words that you can learn here once you finish learning hiragana. So we have like sakana, we got aki, koko, hana, asa, kaeru, kuni, sushi. So a bunch of different words. Once you learn those words and write them down, you can use the Quizlet and do spatial repetition and take a quiz. It's also really important that you write these down, because if you don't know how to write hiragana, it's going to be very difficult in the future if you decide to take Japanese classes. Basically, once you moved on, you have the combination words like Tokyo, and then week 10 we have really easy greetings. Ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa, arigato, sumimasen, oyasumi nasai. Hai, iie, hisashiburi, o genki desu ka? Dozo yoroshiku, mata ashita, hajimemashite. Like all of those different types of greeting words. And then after you learn the greeting words, you can learn verbs on week 11. By week 11, you should be able to read hiragana fluently. But after you're done with all of that, you review hiragana one more time, and then you start learning katakana. And katakana are used for non-native Japanese words like restaurants, names of countries, and people's names. So for example, country America is in katakana. So it's really important to learn katakana as well. About like 5-ish months, you should be able to complete these whole lessons. And this is all going to be for free. Okay, so by week 20, you should be able to learn all of the hiragana and katakana and some Japanese words. You know, I made this lesson plan because I figured a lot of people really wanted to learn Japanese, and this is like their push to learn Japanese. It's really hard to start out, you know, trying to figure out how to learn Japanese by yourself. So I made this whole lesson plan. It took me 2 weeks to make it, and I really hope that if you are trying to start learning Japanese that you would use this to its full potential, and if this is well received, then I will make some more lesson plans. But of course I have other things in my life that I'm doing. Like I'm obviously learning my Japanese, like I need to make sure to you know, learn different words and phrases in Japanese, and I'm also learning Korean at the same time. So I think it's really important that, you know, if this is well received, please, like, you know, put a comment in the comment section, say like I love this, or this really helped me learn Japanese and I would like some more content. Perhaps I could get a team together and then we can make some Japanese content for you guys. My major is Japanese at Temple University, so I really hope that this resource can be used by many different people, many different ages of people, and like I really hope it's really helpful to your learning of the Japanese language. So that is it for this video. I hope that it helped you learn something, and maybe in the future I could make a study with me video studying Japanese. So we will see about that, and thank you so much for watching my video. Please keep continuing being yourself, and yeah, I'll see you later. Alright, bye!